Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all are doing well today. I want to go ahead and give a preliminary video before we even get started for this particular class. So this is a little bit early, week before we get started for this particular course, COMM 5521, Utilizing Social Media for Strategic Communication. So first and foremost, welcome. I'm really excited to be here and teach this class. There's a couple things I want to run over to help y'all out to navigate everything so far, because the way that this course is set up will be structured as if you were a social media analyst or creative director. So it means that we're going to do what's called transmedia, which means we'll be going through a lot of different social media outlets, websites, so forth. So get used to that, because we will be doing it a lot. And that's kind of the premise behind what we will be doing within this particular course. This is a graduate level course here in the Creative School of Graduate Studies here at Appalachian State University. You will be expected within this short course to do quite a bit than normal work. This is not undergraduate 2.0. This is going to be a substantial movement in terms of comprehension, critique, as well as building on some things that we've already known. So it's going to require a lot of attention. It's going to require a lot of patience in terms of getting through readings and so forth. And it's going to require a lot of participation, as we're going to use several media outlets to help describe that. So that's kind of my little spiel to start off with. I will introduce myself. My name is Dr. Emery Daniel. If you want to address my emails as Dr. Daniel, that would be great. However, I do answer to Emery or Steven. Steven's my middle name. Usually if it's something that's not derogatory, I will answer to it. Daniel ES is my email. I got to stress the ES in this. If you look over here, again, it's not Daniel's, it's just Daniel E as in my first name, S as in my middle name. So there has been the occasional email that has been sent to the wrong person. So I don't want you to have that problem. This is my office phone number, so feel free to use that. However, I don't really answer it often. You can also add me on Skype if you'd like to. I know some students in the past will like to video chat and get some clarification on certain assignments, as well as just talk about some readings that we've done. That's not required or anything, but it is there at your availability should you want it. I do have a Twitter as well. I don't ask that you necessarily have to follow me. However, I will have a hashtag throughout the course that you will need to utilize, which means that you will need to have your own Twitter account. So if you don't have one, please make sure to make one. And that includes a couple other things as well that we'll get into. I also have a YouTube, Emery Daniel at Daniel ES at appstate.edu. That's where all these videos will be as they come along. So the way I normally do things is I will post about 3 to 4 videos a week. They'll range from about 15 to 30 minutes long. So, there's a lot of content being involved, and depending on the day, it might be a screen capture. That's probably most likely what it will be. However, I will probably have a couple of videos where you'll just view myself in this case, especially toward later in the week. I usually like to go through people's responses and talk about them online through the platform. So again, just things to think about. Again, it's not required for you to follow any of these per se. I would really recommend my email, but other than that, that's going to be something that's up to you. So I have a course description, content outline, learning goals. You will be able to read those. Those are, I don't want to spend too much time on them because I want to make this a relatively abbreviated video in this case. But I do want to show you some of the assignments and activities that we're doing. First and foremost will be blog posts, and these will be based on questions that I ask you, which will be, I'll show you here in a second. I sachet this in here. This will be in your As You Learn, and sporadically, and I'm not going to tell you when, this is like my only pop quizzes that I'm not going to actually give you pop quizzes, but I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do my blog posts, but I will mention that you will have readings that are up here. I'll show you those in a minute, but they will be based, these blog posts, on the readings, and I'll click on the first one, and you'll usually have 2 to 3 questions. And in the first one, what I want you to do is to provide me a hyperlink to your blog. So this means you're going to have a few things to do to set up on this first week. So it's pretty intensive to start out with. So please keep that in mind, not only with the readings, but also within putting up a couple of websites. And for blogs, I don't care what they are. They can be Wix, they can be Weebly, they can be Squarespace, they can be Blogspot if you want to. Doesn't matter to me, as long as you have some sort of web space that you are using. They are not hard to make, and they are very easy to put up. So it shouldn't take you a long time to do it. However, this is something I will want you to do pretty quickly by the Friday, which I believe is going to be the 15th. Yep, Friday the 15th by 11:59 p.m. That will be my normal submission date, is by Friday at 11:59. So those will be the questions. And again, all I want you to do is provide the hyperlink. I don't want to have a big discussion here. The discussion will take place on the Facebook group that I provided here, so make sure that you ask permission to be on that closed group. There's not a whole lot going on there right now, and that is by design, but it is right here. So this is the web space for it. Once we get things rolling, that will be the space we will use for a lot of our conversation. Okay, back up out of here. So that's the first thing. We'll be using a lot of, again, we'll have about 5 blog posts that we would do throughout the semester. Next will be Twitter. I will have you, again, create a Twitter account. And a lot of this is going to be based on what we've done within the readings. So if you find any supplementary material, I will want you to post this on there. And I made a small typo. It should be COMM 5512 for anything that you're posting there. So I check throughout the week, usually on Fridays because that's when everybody submits. This hashtag needs to be included in any of your posts that has any regards to the reading. And I encourage you, respond to those. The biggest complaint I will have for going through a class like this is that people post and then they go away. And I can tell you, as a person that has done several social media strategies, as well as being a social media manager for a couple of different websites, interaction is key. So I want to make sure that y'all are doing this. The more you post and the more you're getting stuff out there, the more likely you're to be found, and the more likely you have an opportunity to engage with each other. So that will include, however, and this will go for Twitter, Facebook, and any blog post that you write, a level of respect for everybody. So I want to make sure that as you are typing, as you are coming up with your ideas, as you are formulating your opinions, you do so in a respectful manner. Because, for a lot of these, not only is this going to be available to me, but the rhetoric is also potentially going to be available to public. So again, another major consideration about what you should and shouldn't post. And the biggest thing that I recommend is to play along, get along with each other. And again, even if you have a disagreement, make sure you do so in a respectful way. Otherwise, I'm going to make sure to send you an email and try to sort this out as best we can. Because I do not put up with any disrespectful language at any point in time for these groups. So if you're going to disagree, please do so respectfully. I will give you the same courtesy as well. We will be utilizing a closed Facebook group. This is where all of our discussion for the reading is going to take place. And again, this is what it looks like. It's bare. It's meant to be that way. But feel free to post something. Feel free to reply to something. I will make sure to look into who is responding, who is not, how are they responding, as in within your participation, which is relatively significant in this class. You can see here Twitter and Facebook participation are 20% of your grade. So this is a major consideration when it comes to your grade for this course. So make sure that you're participating. So the other thing are the Facebook case study, which that is available on As You Learn. You can see it right below week 1. This is something that will also be due the first week. Is at 11:59 p.m. on Friday. I will want you to choose a client that you want to represent. And the case study will be due, if memory serves, April 19th, which is also Friday at 11:59 p.m. So again, I apologize I'm throwing so much information out there, but I am trying to get it done as quickly as possible. So I'll run over the things that you need to make sure that you get ready for on an email that I'm going to send out. So that is going to be a major consideration. There will be the media planning project at the end of the semester, which will include the project and your reading presentation. And you can see that. I got another typo. Good grief. Make sure to correct that. Sorry about that, everybody. But again, these are synopses. You will find the actual information on the Word document on your As You Learn page. So I've got class policies, academic integrity. These are some of the things that, just let me know. Obviously, I don't want anybody to cheat in any capacity or plagiarize in any capacity, especially considering that this is a graduate course. And, for people who are going through this program, this is should be a quite difficult experience. And I want to make sure that while challenging, everything is fair and everybody is making sure that they communicate that way, as well as post their own ideas, because this is important with earning a graduate degree, is developing your own ideas, critiquing other ideas that have been published, inventing. These are very strong considerations when it comes to working within academic integrity and so forth. This also includes things like accommodations with disabilities and religious policies. If you've got something that you need to tell me about preemptively, please let me know so I can make a note for what I need to do to best help you out when it comes to this particular course. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A couple other things to let you know. The first thing is that you have a social media reading list, which is on your As You Learn. I do not require a textbook, nor do I want to require a textbook. These will be your readings. Most of them are pretty straightforward, and a lot of these are pop sources, so there's a lot of times where academic writing hasn't really caught up to some of this stuff yet. However, on As You Learn, along with my videos, I will be posting a couple of journal articles as well that you can use for your reference. So I don't encourage you to scour the entire things, but get a good synopsis so that you can answer the discussion questions when they come up per week. So these are important, but again, no textbook. I don't like using those for grad classes. I will also want you to include an About You. You'll see everything here. Your name, where you're from, hobbies, interests. Please create the Twitter handle and put it here. Express the interest for your social media strategy and case study. Like I said, that will be due by the end of the week, April 15th by 11:59 p.m. That's going to be really important. Ask permission for the following group, as well as share me your email so I can put you on the Google Drive. If you want to share your blog there, that would be quite fine as well. So again, those are all variables to take into consideration when it comes to this class. Okay, quick last thing I want to go over is we will be looking at several things in terms of the points of contact. This is my Twitter. So I post a lot. It's at foosrodoc is what my Twitter handle is if you want to follow me. And again, make sure that you go into this website as well. I'm going to create another video that has a little bit of about me, but I'm going to keep that separate because I am already running over 15 minutes. So again, there are a couple things that I will want you to do for the first week, but I will email you those here in a few minutes. So thank you all for your time, and I look forward to meeting you in the next couple weeks. Thanks.